What's going on, everybody? Hey, finally, it's here, the Nicktendo Direct podcast. What's going on, everybody? We are back with another NDP.
But we're going to see a spike in free-to-play games, mark my words, and they're going to do this battle pass model.
Then strike three, you're putting copyright claims on whoever uploads your video. So
whoa,
now
I didn't know that part.
That thing for like $20, something like that.
When we get this YouTube money, Nick.
The only reason, oh god, yo, you alright, bro?
So guys, do you guys want to know the best experience for Fortnite? Let's take a good look. Y'all gonna drop kick you.
Y'all funny, man. You guys are hilarious in the chat. How y'all doing, man? Let me fix this real quick because we already having some real issues over here. Yeah, we are live. Let me fix these. Let me fix these real quick. We are live. Forgive me, y'all. I had to adjust this. It was looking fine, then we had one more person join, so it's all Zach's fault. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope y'all having a great day. Hope y'all having a great day.
You know what? There should be a way where you could really arrange it, like to let the main person who's running, they should be at the front and all the guests be on the sides. So Nick, it should be a way that you could direct it so you're in the front, because that will actually make it better.
Yeah, I know this Discord thing. What's going on, Andy? What's going on, KAG? Like this Discord thing, like, you know, it's really killing me. Yes, we are live, and yes, the show is started. We're just talking about how Google Hangouts is not leaving, so now we got to use Discord. We got to adjust it. This screen looks small. I'm gonna have to adjust the overlay to make everything look bigger now. You know, YouTube and Google just, ruining all of our podcasting careers over here with this whole removal of Hangouts. It's killing me. But regardless, welcome to the podcast. Appreciate all y'all for coming through. Hope y'all have adjust the overlay on the underlay chip says yes. So I hope y'all are having a good
underlay.
Stop. Stop it. No, anyway, so like I said, welcome to the Patreon podcast. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We have a few topics to go over. We're gonna talk about Nintendo because Nintendo came up with a few news. We're gonna talk about EA because they're out here wilding out, and then we might talk about some other fun and maybe more serious topic. I don't know yet. We'll just see how the night goes. So let me just start with Chris Levi. What's going on, man?
Not much. Just chilling after a good day's work.
Good day's work. You work today?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I work every Sunday.
Every Sunday. That's fun. I know that struggle. I used to work every Sunday. I used to work every Sunday, but not so much anymore. But I know how that goes. Talk about Stranger Things. I don't watch Stranger Things. Anybody in the panel watch Stranger Things? Because I don't.
Nope.
Somebody abandoned me.
I watched season 1 and did not watch an episode after.
Dang.
I watched season 1 and then was supposed to watch season 2 and then just never did.
I never watched season 1 because, I was supposed to watch it with my wife and she decided to start it without me. And
well, she said she had a different story. She said that you never gave a time. You kept putting it off, so eventually she just.
Oh, is that what it was? Is that what it was?
That's what she said.
Well, regardless,
she
Chips had my
spills
back.
the tea during her
Chips
streams.
Chips had my back in the chat talking about, well, you should have waited. So there you go. So regardless, let's move on to the next guest, Jakin. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic myself. I'm doing, it's Sunday. I have 4 days off. I don't want to go to work tomorrow because, that's a thing that I got to go back to work. But, what are you going to do? How was your weekend?
Dude, I spent all today day drinking and barbecue.
You said day drinking and barbecuing. I'm not going to ask you what you drank.
Champion.
I'm not going to ask you what you drank.
America. I'm
not gonna ask you what you drank, but regardless, whatever. We got Zach. What's going on, homie? How you doing, man? Zach. Well,
Ow.
Well,
I was trying to get my mic to work. Blew my ears out, man.
Look, man, we were doing the whole Metal Gear Solid thing.
I know it's a snake thing, but I got a volume up on this thing.
How you doing, man? How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing.
Technical difficulties. I can't hear him. Can anybody else hear him? I think we're having technical difficulties on his side.
Barely.
All right.
Barely.
Anyway, Zach, Downtown come back.
What's my headset?
Avidan, how you doing, man?
Hello?
Yeah, Avidan, how you doing, bro?
All right, now you botting.
I'm botting. Well, it's whatever. They can hear me.
All right, so it's my turn. Oh, what's going on, everyone? This is your boy Avidan Smith, just chilling. Guys heard from me in case you have heard me on Friday. If not, been chilling all week. Worked on some music last week. Worked on some music today. We'll have a new video for you guys tomorrow. And I'm just chilling this Sunday. Got my bottles of water on deck as usual. So yeah.
Yes, sir. So y'all don't know, Avidan started a particular show last night called Demon Slayer.
Wait, what?
I said Avidan started a particular show last night called Demon Slayer.
Yes, I did.
He finally did it.
He finally did it.
Listen, I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of integrity. I told Nick, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be a fair man. I said, when you start playing Xenoblade, I'm gonna start watching Demon Slayer. And you know what? I held to my word, and I even initiated that. So you know what, Nick? I'm gonna go ahead and watch Demon Slayer right now while we're chilling in the Discord on sponsor night. And Nick, it was Nick, me, Chuba, Jakin as well. Watched 2 episodes.
And Chris Levi.
I'm not gonna lie. The first episode, I was like, okay, this is all right. I won't keep watching. Second episode, I'm like, oh, okay.
And he's only 2 episodes
I think I can get into this.
He's only 2 episodes in. Now wait until 3 and 4, and then you'll be sold. I'm telling you right now. Wait until 3 and 4, and then you will be sold. I'm telling you, it's such a good show.
Cool. We'll see.
It is such a good show.
It's better because I got my Turtle Beach on.
There you go. Sound better.
There we go. Okay.
Bet you sound better. So there you go. So anyway, Zach, how you doing, man?
Oh, you gonna take that dick in the chat?
I'm gonna let KAG be saying stuff that he don't really mean. He doesn't. So we just gonna let it slide. You know how KAG be doing. He talk trash. He'll talk trash about My Hero if he wants to. So
I mean, you're not wrong.
So I'm gonna let KAG just continue to talk the trash. I'm gonna let him continue to talk. So let him. He says, "My Hero's my show. Demon Slayer is not weak. You out here lying on your."
Demon Slayer is an acquired taste, though. I will say that
it is. But
Demon Slayer is an acquired taste. When you look at My Hero Academia, I feel like, and I was discussing this with one of my homeboys earlier. I don't think it's fair to compare Midoriya to Tanjiro because Tanjiro is more like Gon. I will compare Tanjiro to Gon more than anybody else because they have more similarities than anything else.
That's true. That's true.
That's just my first opinions on looking at the show.
I can't disagree. I don't know. I like
you know
who I like better though?
The kindness.
As a character, I actually like Tanjiro better than Midoriya as a character.
I can respect that.
I really like, and especially since, just wait till you see the evolution of him because the evolution of his character.
But let's be real though, Midoriya is not really he is not the most likable character. He's the super underdog character who had the most powerful power bestowed upon him, and the whole show is him mastering that power.
Heather Gaming, what's going on, homie? Yeah, you're right.
What up, Brandon?
Well, you're only 2 episodes in, so I mean, just keep watching because you might find there's a little more similarities than you think there are. You might find there might be a little bit more, just a little bit. I'd rather watch Sailor Moon than watch Demon Slayer. Get out of here, KAG. We're moving on to the topics. So we're going to talk about Nintendo because Nintendo came out with some news this weekend talking about controllers and talk about they're going to reinvent the controller and some other stuff. So let's just start. But we're not going to start there. We're going to start with other Nintendo news. We're going to talk about Mario Maker 2. And who here in the panel has the game? Let me ask that real quick.
I do.
Jakin has it. Avidan has it.
Don't.
Zach doesn't. Chris Levi, you have it?
Not yet.
KG says trash multiplayer. So, apparently, Mario Maker 2 is out here killing it in sales, but No, is anybody in here surprised? Let me just start with that. You surprised about that? Anybody? Silence. Silence.
Can anybody else hear Nick? Because I can't.
Oh no,
Nick.
Oh no.
Okay.
I already see. I'm watching the video. His mouth moving, but
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, Nick, you didn't hear you one bit.
Man, you gotta love Discord. Gotta love Discord.
Discord.
That's why Nitro servers, bro. That's why I got them.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
Good.
So technical difficulties with the stupid Discord. Does anybody? Are you guys surprised with the sales for Mario Maker? Let me ask you that.
No, not really. At all. I'm not at all surprised because Chris, all right, Chris, go ahead. Take this first. Go ahead. Take it first, Chris.
I don't have the game yet, but people are gonna buy it simply because it's Nintendo and it's Mario. You can obviously know that people are gonna buy that. Plus the factor that it improves on what the first one played, which I never had the Wii U. So it improves on it. You add a bunch of more stuff in there, and obviously it's a game that's gonna have a lot of longevity. Being able to make these different levels, and especially for people like us, which I want to get it for that reason, for content creation. But it's gonna sell.
Bet. What about you, Jake? I know you have it.
What we're talking about? The sales?
Just more, yeah. Like, what do you think about the sales? And like, are you surprised that it's doing as well as it's doing? I'm not. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I mean it's Mario, and it's like the ultimate Mario game. It's
what's going on.
It's like the deluxe Mario Maker. What was the one that came out in January?
Mario Maker.
Super Mario Deluxe. Super Mario Deluxe.
Yeah,
U or U Deluxe.
It's like that one on steroids.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it?
That's a fair point, actually.
Okay.
I think it sold almost 200,000 copies in Japan in like the first 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's
like
pretty nuts. And I heard
it's going to be a 10 million seller. It's going to be up there with Zelda and Mario Kart.
I have to agree. I'm not going to get the game personally myself, not yet. I will be purchasing it later. It was not a day one purchase for me due to one, I have to adult and like deal with some bills, and two, the game that I'm banking for this summer is probably Fire Emblem. Like after hearing what it's gonna be like, I'm banking on Fire Emblem. So Mario Maker for me is not a priority, but I can see why it's a priority for a lot of people. Anybody? So what do you guys think about the gameplay and creating levels and whatnot?
Well, what I'll say is, gameplay and sales. Like I don't necessarily believe like I said, I'm not surprised at all by the sales. Number one, this is like as Jake said, it's the ultimate Mario game. I think people forget that this is not just a game where you just make your own Mario levels. You're getting a full Mario game. I did 10 levels in story mode, and I'm only 11% done with the story mode campaign. So you're looking at about 100 story mode levels. That's a lot. That's a full Mario game, and you get to make your own levels on top of that, and you get added content on top of that for beating those campaign levels. So where you get a full Mario game, and you can make your own levels, and you can put those levels online, and you could play other people's levels. It's a great game all around. It's a solid game. That's why I really can't say much bad about this game other than the online aspects.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, well, what about the online?
I was going to say other than the online aspects, but then they said you will be able to play online with friends. It's that mind trick. They tell you you're going to have something, and they kind of tell you wrong, and it ruins the kind of surprise for you. For me, this game is more so a community game. I have a new text section in my Discord that says Mario Maker 2 levels. So whenever I go live and I want to play Mario Maker 2, I have all of my patrons, all of my supporters, Discord levels right there. So I can play those levels live and enjoy that game together with you guys. That is, to me, a great purpose for me as a content creator and someone who played the original Mario Maker. And as someone who played the original Mario Maker, this game is better in every shape and form. So I don't got any grievances with the game too much.
I would hope it's better. No, it is.
And another thing is that if they had not put online in the game to begin with, people wouldn't be saying anything. Like, no Mario has ever had online. And just because they put it in there and it's not perfect, people want to take digs at it. And they're going to fix it. It's funny how people are so entitled and they can't be happy with what they have. It's like, you can play online against people.
Dang.
It's not perfect right now, but it's better than not having it at all.
Jada just used the E word on you guys, and I wouldn't take that.
Jake just called y'all. Yeah, he used the E word on you people, man. Like, we might talk about that later, though. Jake, you might spark another conversation that we might talk about later. But
I love talking about people's entitlement.
Mandy Lee Plagues, welcome to the podcast. She says, when you pay for online, you're entitled to a dang good game. Yes.
You're entitled to $20 worth of stuff.
Right.
You get what you pay for.
You're entitled to, according to Nintendo, $20 worth of NES games. I'm on the side of Mandy. Like, yo, that was
you're right.
You're right. I'm on her side there.
Now,
the online
if they
is the one thing
charged
I will
as much as Xbox and PlayStation and gave us what they've given us, then yeah, be upset. But the online is basically free. I mean, for the love of God,
but it's not free.
It's damn near free.
But it's not free.
If you bought the extra $10, if you bought the extra the $70 Mario Maker, you got a year free of online. They're giving online away.
But it's not free though. That's the problem.
Well, that could be a double-edged sword. They're giving online away for free, but that could be a way of saying, you know what, we don't feel like dealing with this problem right now, so we're just going to find ways to get this away for free. So it could be a lazy Band-Aid application that they're doing with this online, saying, well, here, we'll give it to you with this Twitch Prime, or hey, if you buy this, you get online. Hey, if you buy this, you get online. It's a way to basically boost up numbers because we're going to touch this topic eventually, but at that giant press conference that Nintendo had, they're trying to boast in their online, say, hey, we have more people playing online and everything. And I'm like, whoa. First of all, don't sit there and try to inflate the truth and act like you didn't offer this through Twitch Prime. You only got your online because people are going through Twitch Prime. And that's true.
That's true. I mean, I signed up for the hustle.
It don't matter.
I signed up for the hustle.
It does. Talk to Xbox, bro. No, hold on. I said talk to Xbox, bro. It ain't about how many people bought the game. It's about how many people are playing it.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, Jake.
Jake, that's a pretty good point. Pretty good point.
You sly fox, you.
But regardless, if you're paying for Nintendo Switch Online, I would have hoped they would have had a better service. But regardless, you're really just paying to play Smash and Splatoon at this point. And
Mario Kart.
And Mario Kart. And maybe Mario Kart. What else? But it's just...
But I mean, you got Rocket League.
Man...
Mm-hmm.
Rocket League, KG says tennis.
And Marvel Twin Alliance, bro. Now, if that online is choppy and sucks, then...
that's the line you draw. Hold on. That's the line you draw. It's Marvel Ultimate.
That's the line I draw, bro.
Marvel Ultimate, you're going to want it to be good.
Don't you ever say that.
That's the line Jake draws.
That's where everyone who's been patient with Nintendo will come out. All right, Nintendo, I had enough of this.
Right. Like, that's the problem right there. As soon as Marvel Ultimate Alliance drops, Jake's done.
This is where I draw the line.
You pay for online if it's free. I'll give him a pass. I agree with Andy.
When Nick is upset, he's going to do the Booker T line. Or you told him.
No, I will not do that. Miyamoto, we coming for you. Miyamoto, we coming for you. Nah, I ain't doing that. Anyway, let's just talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this. So, Nintendo had a shareholders meeting. Was it this week? Miyamoto had a few quotes coming through, and we'll just talk about those. Let's start with this one though. Pretty much he said that Here's the quote right here. He said, I think that cloud gaming will become more widespread in the future, but I have no doubt there will be continue to be games that are fun because they're going to be running locally and not on the cloud. But Nintendo does not. They're not focusing on cloud-based gaming right now. So he's saying it's coming, but they're not focused on it right now. The reason why I want to talk about this is because we've heard all these rumors, like, with xCloud's coming on the Switch, and Game Pass is coming to Switch, and we've heard these rumors but we haven't heard. It hasn't been confirmed yet. I always thought that Nintendo could benefit from cloud-based gaming for the Switch, but it seems like that's not something they are pursuing at the moment. I find it. I don't think he's being truthful here.
I feel like it'll be foolish for the Nintendo, especially with their business model with the Switch, to go into cloud gaming. Honestly, they don't need to. Be cloud gaming, the way it's been marketed, is for like that almost another type of on the go type of gameplay, right?
Right.
Nintendo has the perfect model for on the go gaming. They are the perfect antithesis to cloud gaming. So there's no reason for them to go into that market right now. None at all. There's no incentive.
But the only reason why I would want cloud gaming from Nintendo, or where I would want it, is for their retro library. I can't speak. Retro library. That's the only place I want. Like, you tell me that I can get, Super Mario, regular, Mario 1 on my phone, Mario 3 on my phone, something like that. I'd be in for that. Yeah. But
I mean, even with that though, it's like in the same token, I would say, yo, just let us, give us enhanced and online on the Switch. And if anything, if a part of the same shareholders meeting, I would be more interested. Like, let's say the Switch is a 10-year life cycle. So let's just say by 2025, 2026, when it's a lot cheaper, put 5G on the Switch. Like, release a Switch model that has 5G service, so you could play online literally anywhere. That will be a game changer.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't have to worry about having Wi-Fi. You wouldn't have to worry about, I gotta be at home and play. I gotta be at
exactly
at a hotspot or something. You could be anywhere, and it'd be like competing with your phone basically right there. Like,
That's just my thoughts on that though.
KAG says Nintendo would benefit from cloud gaming by allowing them to stream more resource-hungry games. That's a fair point.
Another comment that I read, because I went to The Verge and I looked this topic up, is that Nintendo's president I can't say his name. He said, while we don't expect all games to become cloud games anytime soon, the technologies are definitely advancing. We see a future where cloud and streaming technologies will develop more and more as means of delivering games to consumers. We must keep up with such changes in the environment. That being said, if these changes increase the worldwide gaming capacity, that will just give us more opportunities with our integrated hardware and software development approach to reach people worldwide with the unique entertainment that Nintendo can provide. That was a quote that was from the investor meeting.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, I think it's something they should explore. I don't know if it's something they should use. I agree with KAG. They would benefit from from cloud gaming, allowing them to stream more resource hungry games, a la The Witcher, because I heard that file's gonna be pretty decent. Mortal Kombat's 32 gigs. Ugh. Like, oh my god!
And they do cloud gaming here and there too. They just need to do it in the States.
Yeah, because in Japan they do. I think it's Resident Evil 7, and
PSO Online too. PSO2 is cloud is a cloud-based game.
If they do it already, Japan. Bring it to the States. Let me like. That's my thing.
I think it's like based out of Japan, so it's too far away. They'd have to have set something up in America. Yeah,
they'd probably have to,
and they'd have to have it on both coasts.
That's true. Xbox apparently they already have their servers ready for xCloud. Like, apparently whenever I was at E3, their server was in San Francisco or something, and then they have a bunch of other servers set up throughout. Get ready. So
San Francisco,
but not only did they talk about cloud gaming, they also talked about they intend to reinvent the controller. Now, Nintendo isn't a stranger to making different controllers throughout the past decade. We've had.
They're not.
Say what? What did you say, Avidan?
I said they're not.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, how many different controllers have they had? I know, but I mean, think about it. Every console they've had has had a completely different controller, from the NES to the Super NES to the 64 to the GameCube to the Wii with the nunchucks to the Wii U with the touchpad controller to the Joy-Cons. And apparently they intend on the next generation reinventing the controller again. They had a quote here. I'm trying to find it. Pretty much, he said that they're trying to make it the controller more integrated. Where's the quote that they had here? There was one that he said. I'm going to find it here. A controller that would be the standard for the next generation. And then there was I can't find the quote. Here it is. We have not yet invented an all-purpose controller that is unlike any of the current devices. And by all-purpose, they mentioned the Joy-Cons and the Wii. Yeah, a combination. What KG just said, like. So apparently they're trying to figure out this thing, and they also mentioned Labo. So like, it sounds like they're trying to make a controller that does everything, not just one thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this whole. First of all,
that's bad marketing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call it out for what it is. That's bad marketing. You cannot being a jack of all trades and a master of none is foolish. Just make a controller that is set for people who want to play the majority of the games that are on the console. Don't try to make a controller that's going to pander to every single body, because you're wasting your time by doing that. That's not proper marketing. Proper marketing is, hey, you know what? The majority of people play games like this and want to play games like this. So you know what? Let's make a controller like this. When I got my Switch day one, I had to spend $70 extra because I bought a Pro controller. Mm-hmm. I was not going to use the Joy-Cons with the stupid holder that is like a pseudo controller. No.
I did that for a while. The struggle was real.
I know it's real. I know it's real because you know what? I had to wait for my controller to come. I had to get my controller the next day, that early that day, because I got my Switch midnight, and I was using that thing. And that thing, I'm like, yo, my fingers are too big for this. No, I'm not using this trash. I want the Pro controller.
He called it trash.
It is trash.
Here's my deal. I agree with you. I don't know how I feel about this whole making controller that does everything. Like, I am not a fan of the motion controls with the Joy-Cons. Like, the only game that I actually played, like the Joy-Cons, the only two games that I've played with the Joy-Cons specifically with motion controls is Mario Party, because they make you, and Pokemon Let's Go, because they make you. Like, every time it's always been a Pro controller or a GameCube controller anytime I play any other game. I don't know. And they also mentioned like VR, so like they're talking about like, I don't know what they're trying to do, like make a controller that does everything that helps you with VR. I just don't understand what they're trying to do. I agree with that. Yes. I just want one controller.
KG also made a good point about the online though, where him and Manny were talking about it, and Jenkins said the same thing. It's like, you can't expect $60 online services for $20. That's not how it works. True. You're spending $20. You're getting what you paid for.
$20 a year.
But it's like going to McDonald's and expecting filet mignon.
Word. That's a great analogy. That is a great analogy.
I don't expect filet mignon from McDonald's, but I do expect them to get my order right, and they never do. So,
no, dude. I went to Wendy's. Bruh, I went to Wendy's and got a 4 for $4. Mofos gave me the wrong soda and no sauce. I was like, you had one job. One job.
But
tragic.
How do you feel about this controller's business?
I don't know. I mean, didn't Nintendo do this similar thing with Skyward Sword, where like they had the separate controller that you had to buy in order to play?
Oh yeah, you had to buy the Plus to play the game.
Yeah, which is Bunch of
That was
malarkey.
stupid.
And it's so upsetting because that's arguably, in terms of story, that is one of the best Zelda games in terms of story. So that really made me upset.
I am like all for, if you're going to have controllers, make them accessible for all games. Don't tell me that I can't use my Pro Controller that I paid $70 for. Don't tell me that I can't play Pokemon Go with it.
He's mad about Pokemon Go and Mario.
Who, me or Jake?
I didn't buy Mario Party. You know why? The online.
right. Here's the deal, man. Like, I agree with Jake, bro. I was really upset that I couldn't use my Pro Controller playing Pokemon Let's Go. Not like really upset.
That's why I still don't have it. That's why I still don't have that game.
But I was upset enough.
Man,
like, yo, this is
I'll
stupid.
be happy when Nintendo, they talking about reinventing controllers. Can they at least fix the drift on the Joy-Cons they be selling people?
Like, there's no reason why these Switches out the box still have that problem. Like, I can understand me having that problem when the Switch first came out. But my cousin who bought a Switch literally for his son for Christmas still has that drifting problem. He had to send his in to get it fixed, and it's still not working right.
This drift is
that's uncalled for.
This drift struggle is real for me on my right Joy-Con, because especially when I'm playing Xenoblade right now, it drifts down. So literally, the camera is constantly moving. I have to constantly adjust it over when I play handheld. It is annoying. Like, it almost makes me prefer playing docked. Do what?
On what game?
Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, my right stick has a drift and it drifts down, so my camera is constantly going up because it's inverted. So literally, I'll be playing a game, be walking, all of a sudden I'm just looking up at the ceiling because the way my
do you want to know why?
Why?
You want to know why?
Crooked neck.
It's because your kid popped one of your Joy-Cons in the freezer and sucks on it like it's a popsicle.
Stop it! First of all, chill out. They have not done that to these Joy-Cons. That's for sure. But no, he only did that once.
I know that struggle.
He only did that once.
I tried to stream Zelda when I first got it, and then I'm sitting there trying to like look at the world, and then my thing just starts drifting. I'm like, no, why are you going that way, Zelda?
Dude, it's bad.
You know, don't go that way.
Like, it's bad. Like, I can't. And like, I was watching Spawn Wave's video on how to fix it because he was like, "This is how you can fix your drift." And he's like, "Recalibrate, or you can just replace the stick." And I'm like, "Replace the stick, replace the stick." Like, and he shows you how to do it and stuff. I'm like, "Replace the stick." Like, come on, man, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, at least you can take the opportunity to get, like, you know, if you want to save up and get some custom Joy-Cons or some like nicer Joy-Cons, you can always, you know, Nintendo's nice enough to, you know, help you out with that.
Okay. But anyway, what does anybody else think about this whole controller issue? Reinventing the controller, do you want to see them reinvent the controller or not?
But the thing about, one thing I want to put out there is they reinvent the controller from what they already put out in like their Pro Controller, which has got all that stuff for you to do your amiibos and has like the motion controls and has the HD rumble. What else could they do with a controller?
I don't know. I really don't. I feel like they've done almost everything they can do with the way. I think right now, like the state of the Switch right now for me, I think is perfect where it is. Like, with what they want to do with motion controls plus make it still feel like a regular controller. I feel like the Joy-Cons right now are like perfect for what they want to do. I always, like, ever since the Wii, I did not like the nunchucks. I didn't. I always preferred using a GameCube controller. I'm not even gonna talk about the Wii U, but like, I feel like Pro Controller needs a mic jack manually. 100% agree. Like, there's no excuse for that. But like, that's my thing. I feel like right now they're in a perfect spot to like everything that they want. It's motion control Joy-Cons plus they can be stationary as controllers. I feel like it's perfect where they are right now. Joy-Cons should be bigger and shaped better. I cannot disagree with that.
The Joy-Cons should be have more width to them, because when you shouldn't have to buy a second, like, you shouldn't have to buy an accessory to keep your hands from cramping while you're playing handheld.
Yeah,
Salty's Gaming got he got a grip and it's pretty dope. The
Satisfy grip
review it.
is fantastic. it's also $40 extra when you already paid $300 for the system, plus $70 for a Pro controller, on top of all the games.
I ain't even got a
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this controller right here is my favorite controller, probably ever.
Hold on, let me see it.
And if it's a Pro controller. This controller right here is probably my favorite controller right now and probably ever. It's so comfortable. I love it. Just keep making these, and I will be happy with Nintendo. Just keep making these because the Pro controller is a game changer. It is.
The Pro controller is great.
I love it.
They need to have more customization.
Yes.
They need to have more colors, more special editions. They need to take a page out of Xbox and step their game up.
Just don't be like, hey, we're gonna make it pay $200 for the next version of the Pro controller. Because no, I ain't doing that like Xbox.
Cut the Pro controller in half and stick it on the side of the Switch. Yo, actually, you know what? I saw it was a fake design, but somebody was like, what if they took GameCube controllers and slid them to the side so you can play Smash?
Didn't they show like a new little some company was like making like a new like actual controller for the Nintendo Switch, like for like the actual that slides in like I forgot which one it was. Like E3 they were showing it off for like one of the games coming out.
Is it Hori?
I mean,
hey Hori.
I forgot which one it is, but it was like Hori or somebody was like it was like these ones that slide in right where the Joy-Cons go, and they were like bigger, and I forgot which.
I think I know what you're talking about, and it has a real D-pad on it, right?
Yeah, Bad Lazy just said Hori is making a controller like that, so it's Hori.
It's like I think I know what you're talking
Speaking
about.
of controllers,
Probably
PlayStation
sucks the life out of your Switch.
please redesign this. Since we're on the topic of controllers, PlayStation, please redesign this because I need this right here.
Take out the stupid light. Take out the stupid light. Give us more than 4 hours of freaking gameplay. I know it's not 4 hours. I'm exaggerating, but geez Louise.
Yeah. That's right. This is the Hori controller because it's the one that they're making for Daemon X Machina is the one that's the split.
Speaking of Daemon X Machina, didn't they put out a trailer like a few days ago? I didn't even know they did this. They put out a trailer 5 days ago talking about the changes they made after the demo. Did anybody see that? And then the release.
Yes, I saw it.
Like September 13th.
I didn't watch the video when I saw it.
Is anybody even excited? Let me ask you this real quick. Is anybody even excited for Daemon X Machina at this point? Like, it kind of, with all the releases of these games coming out, it's kind of under the radar.
I mean, I'm still going to get it, but I'm more like Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Astral Chains, and that will be a purchase for me, but probably when it goes lower down in price, or like I have some coins. No offense.
Chris, that's hashtag bargain bin. Shout out to Chips in the chat.
Oh yeah,
the bargain bin.
So you heard it here first, Jake from Jake and Daemon X Machina. Hashtag bargain bin. Abaddon, you gonna get Daemon
Here's
X
the thing, dude. Here's the thing. It's a lot like so. You remember how excited everyone? No, I'm not comparing these two games, but do you remember how excited everyone was when the trailer for Anthem dropped?
When it dropped at E3 and everyone's like, "This looks amazing." Yeah.
And then so then the trailer for Daemon X Machina dropped, and it was heavy metal. You're like, "Man, this is kick ass." And then the demo dropped, and everyone was like, "Yikes! Why can't I run?" Or whatever it was, like.
Well, here's the thing. I'll say this: at least they were intentional on fixing that those updates though.
They did. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say the only thing is they did fix the updates, but the only problem, in my opinion, is the release date. The release date is it's September, right?
That's
September 13th.
September 13th. So check this out. You got people who are still gonna be playing Fire Emblem. You got people who are still be playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You got people who are still going to be playing Astro Chain. Yeah. And then you have the audacity to ask people to buy this game when you got Zelda Link's Awakening come out probably like a week after that.
And then Luigi's Mansion?
I'm like,
And Dragon Quest 11.
There's so many other games that prioritize this. I feel like it has such a really whack release date. That game should have been out in June. Be real with you, it should have came out in June.
Amen.
But they had to make all those changes
sooner, Or they could have said, okay, we're taking your criticism. Let's actually put it a little bit farther out so it doesn't have be messed up with all these other games releasing, and we can actually make the game much better.
Exactly, Chris.
Because what they're doing with Animal Crossing, they're putting that game for a little bit farther
next year,
so that it doesn't get net. So because they don't want it to get lost in the shuffle, even though it's going to sell well, and they were doing improvements, and they're also making sure the developers. I'm like, don't want you to do that for other games instead of, if you want to make it a good game.
I feel like the developments and everything. If you needed developmental purposes, then probably like November towards like the real latter part of the end of the year, or maybe beginning of next year where there's really nothing coming out.
I mean, they've been doing that with their quote unquote B squad games anyway, with Yoshi and the Kirby's putting those out in April. So you could have done that with Daemon X Machina, and people would have been somewhat relatively interested if you would have pushed that to 2020. I mean, it's so busy this year release wise. There's a lot of games coming out and a lot of good name games coming out. This game, I feel like, is going to get lost. I feel like it has an opportunity to be pretty decent. They could have pushed it back, and I would not have they could have been like, yo, we're pushing this back till April 2020, and I would not have been mad about that. I would have been like, cool.
But you know what though? It's another game that I feel is going to get lost. It's coming out in that same month of August, and I feel bad for it. Oninaki.
Yeah.
I feel Oninaki's going to get lost as well, guys.
I feel like that's going to have a nice niche following though. What's the release date on that?
A week right before Astral Chain. That comes out the 22nd of August.
August 22nd, and is it a $60 game or is it a $40 game?
It may be a $40 game.
That's the thing,
it might be. I don't know how much it is. I can check the eShop for you guys.
It's this year.
Actually, no. I can check it with the Nintendo website. Hold up.
This year, bro, is
I am
unreal with the game releases.
With all the games coming out late summer, Oninaki is
at the bottom of my list.
It's right outside of my day ones, but it might sneak in there as we get closer. It's just
it's a lot.
You know what other games?
It's a lot.
You know what other games?
There's a lot of games. Like our pockets are getting hitting hard. I'm just gonna say right now, prioritize the games you really want. Like, even not every game that looks good. Hey, wait for these sales, because come Black Friday, a lot of these games are gonna be cheap.
Bet.
That's what I may end up doing with Daemon X Machina and Oninaki. I might wait till Black Friday to cop these games when they're both like $20.
I can tell you right now, like my list is like Fire Emblem, Astral Chain,
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and Astral Chain. Those like the top three. I make sure I'm getting this summer.
Yeah. That's it. Everything else, sorry.
Go, Chris.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all talking about all these new releases. Me getting the Switch 2 years into the I still got a bunch of other games I got to get into.
Yeah, I feel bad for you. You got to go back. You got to go back. You got to get Octopath. You got to finish Breath of the Wild. You got to you got to get Xenoblade. You got to go back.
Yeah. And it's like, and I feel bad for my Xbox because I still play my Xbox a whole bunch, but I have not purchased a game on my Xbox probably in like a month or maybe almost 2 because I've been focusing on getting games on my Nintendo Switch.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna be real with you guys about my Xbox. So last year, you know me, I was riding hard for the Xbox in the Nicktendo Direct Nows and all that stuff. You know me, like ever since I got this PlayStation, like Xbox has become third on the list of things that I touch, and I feel bad. Like I literally have only touched my Xbox to play like maybe some of the new games that come in Game Pass, Madden, Apex,
I mean, that's
2K. That's it. That's everything else is like Switch, PlayStation, Switch. I feel bad. I feel real bad.
I'm sorry, Xbox, but the only games I'm playing on you right now are Game Pass games because hey, $10. I ain't got to pay $60. I can say $60 for my Nintendo Switch game, and there you go.
Dude, that's all Xbox. They're happy. That's what they want, Chris. You're feeding right into their grubby little hands. They're like, yes.
Hey, their hands aren't as grubby as other people we were talking about.
Got a point. Chris has got a fair point. Speaking of grubby hands, let's move on. That's a perfect segue, Chris. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Electronic Arts and their struggle with their perception Let's see here. It was the one of the representatives, Matt Bibley.
Yeah.
Bilby.
How do you say his name? 'Cause I got that
Bilbo
quote
Baggins.
pulled
We're gonna
up.
call him Bilbo Baggins. Anyway, Bilbo Baggins has a quote here. It says, 25 years at EA, and I still struggle with the external perception that we are just a bunch of bad guys. We love making and playing games. Unfortunately, when we make mistakes on games, the world knows about it because it's of a size and scale. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Like, come on.
Is this where they say they don't feel like they're bad guys?
Yes, this is exactly what they're saying. They're saying they don't think that they're bad guys. They struggle with the perception that they are bad guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through my personal list, and then I'll let you guys take over. All right. So when you starting in the late 2000s, like 2009, when you start making people purchase a game for a code to play online because you didn't want people to rebuy the game from GameStop, forcing people to buy the game once or twice or whatever, that was a little scummy. I get it, but that was a little scummy. Then came FIFA Ultimate Team and Madden Ultimate Team. Then all you wanted was people to play that, and you sold us microtransactions in that. Then you tried to bring that model into your single-player games or multiplayer games with Star Wars Battlefront. That was bad. All right, not to mention you bought a few of my favorite studios back in the day, and you have now run them into the ground, and then so much so that you took the property, and now those games are no longer, or you have full control of those properties. Like, I don't understand how, and he even says, 25 years of working here, I don't understand. So I don't understand how you've been working there for a quarter of a century. You've witnessed all
that company almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, you've witnessed all of those changes and all those model changes. You've witnessed it. You've been there for all of it. You don't understand?
It's like,
nah, bro. I don't buy it.
I don't buy it. They can't look at themselves not as a bad guy when they're doing all this stuff with loot boxes and all this other stuff, and it's like you used to be praised by everybody. You used to be one of the biggest company out there. You used to be praised by everybody. Oh, you used to have your sports games used to be top tier sports games. Now people just look at them, oh, they're just recycling the same thing every year. A few new mechanics. Okay, cool. And people used to love Star Wars games, but now that you got a stranglehold on Star Wars games, people are like, oh, you're going to put this one out that's going to be this single player, no microtransactions. Well, we're still going to be eerie about it, and we're not even going to pre-purchase it, because we're still eerie if you're still going to sneak that in, even though you're saying that. And it's like, EA, man, why do you got to sit there and try to say you're not the bad guy whenever you are one of the biggest bad guys with the practice you keep doing over and over and over? And it's just like, I'll say more maybe in a minute, but I want to see what everybody else says.
Well, Nick, we talked about this on Thursday, and I'm going to reuse the analogy that I used because I thought it was funny. They're playing the victim, and it's like they stabbed someone, and then they start crying, and then asking the other person why they're bleeding. And when you segregate your fan base, when there's people on Madden where they're playing Ultimate Team, and it's separated from people that spend money and people that don't spend money. If you're playing Ultimate Team and you don't spend money, and you're playing against someone that has bought packs, you're going to get mollywopped.
You are. For somebody who spent a whole year of Madden 16, I believe. Madden, yeah. What was this past game? Was this past game 19? Yeah. Madden 20. Madden 18. I literally spent a year of Madden 18 playing. No, 17. Sorry. Madden 17 playing Ultimate Team. Like, I participated in that. And even with me spending the amount of money that I spent that year, like, Bill couldn't touch nobody. Imagine somebody who goes
because there's no realistic way to bridge the gap. It's similar to Battlefront, where you grind and grind and grind and grind for like 500 hours before you actually unlock some of the characters. You can spend. I think my friend convinced me. He goes, "Oh, just do the challenges." I said, "Okay." I spent an entire day doing the challenges. I got 289 overall players. Out of like 7 hours of game, like
you need to explain to people what that means. Some people may not know what that means. Me and you know because we know
Oh.
Madden, but
All right. So in Madden Ultimate Team, you have cards for each position on the field. You need 11 on offense, 11 on defense, plus backups. If you spend money on packs, you can get players in the 90s.
you have a chance. You don't. It's not
You
guaranteed.
have a quote unquote chance, but you can also take those players that you get and in turn sell them in the auction and get gold for them, and then use that gold to buy 99 overall players. So whether you get good players in the packs or not is irrelevant. The fact that you're amassing players in the high 80s and low 90s and flipping them for coin, you can buy whatever players you want.
But not
And
everybody has that time.
Huh?
Not everybody has that time though.
The time?
Not everybody has the time to do that though in Ultimate Team.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody has the time to grind.
Yeah.
So the point of being is they have these microtransactions, and the way they're playing it is to make you want to or purchase these microtransactions. Like, how do you not get that that's a bad thing, EA? Yes, Chips. Yes, Chips. You can use real money to purchase packs in FIFA. You can, and that's the point.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of FIFA,
it's like a mobile.
When you think about EA, they're not even supporting the Switch, and they're going to give you a legacy edition of a game. And there's people that are buying that game right there.
It's true.
Man, if you go to Europe, people that buy FIFA over there and have it on their Switch, man, bunch of people. But now you're just going to give them a legacy edition, give them an update. Oh, thank you, EA. Just give me an update. But yet my friend has an Xbox or PlayStation has all these new features you're going to put in the game. And I can't do those.
Chips, no, you can't make real money. It's all, once you flip those players, it's all from, it's like GameStop. You buy a game from GameStop. Once you take the game back to GameStop, you can't get cash. You have to do in-store credit. It's that exact same concept.
Unless you sell your team to someone.
Yeah,
which is similar to like people back in the day used to sell World of Warcraft characters. Like you can do that similar thing with Madden Ultimate Teams. People are pretty desperate.
It's pretty bad. But I still understand how you have that model in your games and then you continue to say we're not bad guys. It just blows my mind. It just stop it, Jay.
I'm sorry.
Longer than you've been.
Go ahead, Zach. What you got?
We're not bad guys.
What you got, Zach?
I'm sorry, for me, it's sort of like how Disney is with most of these movies lately, where it's like they have no claim to whatever trash movies they pull out, but yet when they got the good movies, they're like, oh yes, this is all us. We have everything to do with this.
Speaking of trash,
like look at the Amazing Spider-Man and all that. Those movies, they're like, nah, we don't want a part of that. But yet when you got Tom Holland and all these other big names that they're suddenly pulling out, it's just like, oh yeah, we'll advertise it. We'll get behind these for full 100%. That's how EA is with their stuff right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like they'll get behind anything if it makes money.
Yeah, you ain't buying a new stable for a horse that isn't winning races.
True. Like I said, I just don't. This man been here 25 years and you made that quote. I just don't. I guess they're jaded.
25 years.
I guess they're jaded.
But then I don't know.
Jaded and entitled, I guess. Like,
this is something I don't get, is that these companies, not just EA, but any company out there, looks at the practices they're doing, and you can see through us being content creators, people throughout social media, and they tell them year after year they're doing bad practices. Yet you go to Activision or EA, and I'm just referencing other companies and all these different people, and it's like, you look at them, they're like, oh, we're not the bad guy, we're just doing this, blah blah. We're doing this to help you out, give you the games you like, blah. And it's like, yeah, but you doing all this stuff that's making me not want to play that game. Hell, people barely want to play a Star Wars game because of EA. It's like, and that used to be, man, back in the early 2000s, there'd be so many good Star Wars games. Man, the original two Battlefront games were vastly better than the Battlefront they got now.
Back in the day, yeah. But there also was a lot of bad Star Wars.
Well, yeah, but still, there's more good ones back then than there is now.
The best Star Wars game of all time wasn't even made by LucasArts or it was by BioWare, who now EA owns, and they could put out another Knights of the Old Republic reboot if they wanted to, but they won't.
Oh, that's from the studio.
BioWare made Knights of the Old Republic.
Now, see, if they wouldn't have bought up all those other small companies and they would have just like did some sort of partnership with them where it's like, okay, we could sit down and have like a little talk if you guys would like some sort of microtransaction or if you guys just want something sort of similar in the game or at least like some sort of add-ons to go with it instead of buying these companies outright, because you're taking away those companies that made the games what they were.
Yo, like,
did you say who made KOTOR, Nick?
Yeah, BioWare. Right?
I think I was trying to figure out because I remember that studio right there.
It's BioWare.
Yeah, that's the studio that EA basically has BioWare by their neck, and it's like, we can shut you down, but then in BioWare people are like, we're scared because the EA could shut us down if we don't make a good game. And then you see what they do with Anthem.
Bro, not just Anthem. They've put out back-to-back straight.
Oh yeah, because the other one, Andromeda,
straight up bomb so far. They have Dragon Age, and that's it. And if Dragon Age doesn't do well, you know BioWare's going down.
If they make the next Dragon Age game, and it's because I like the last one. If they make this one and it's not good, and they make BioWare not be like what I remember them from back in the original Xbox days, man, I'm almost gonna be like Avidan when it comes to Activision. I might not buy an EA game because of that.
The best thing that could happen for BioWare is if Microsoft were to step in and say, we will pay you X amount of money, give us BioWare. And that would be day one on Games Pass, Mass Effect 4.
Mass Effect 4,
do you know what I truly want from EA? This is truly what I want from EA. I want them to do what Activision did with Bungie to BioWare. And that is cut ties with them and let them keep their property. Let them keep their property.
Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry, Nick. I see your mouth moving because I'm watching the chat and the podcast, but I don't hear nothing.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's like every few seconds, like they're like, oh.
Well, it's because we're using these Dookie Discord servers. Just put the pieces together. What I want from EA, if you can hear me, is I want them to do what Activision did with Bungie, and that is cut ties, let them keep the property, and just move on. That's what Activision did with Bungie. Do that with BioWare. Let them keep Mass Effect in their games and get away. But that ain't gonna happen because EA is evil.
That's exactly what I was pretty much saying, Nick, is just let them have their studios, let them work on their stuff, and you go and just be on your own side.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, but
you're a knucklehead.
But EA won't ever
you're a knucklehead.
But EA won't ever let that happen.
You're living in a fantasy world. I've never heard anything so preposterous in my life.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. We need to.
Not Don.
We need to hop out.
I know.
So what do you guys want to talk about? I got two topics for you. Do you guys want to talk about Pokemon and the decks and the entitlement of gamers, or do you want to talk about Gamer Girl bathwater?
Bathwater.
Yeah.
I know what you're one of the ones that gets by some aren't you?
Okay, let me put it this way. I don't want to talk about bathwater. Let me just put it that way. I don't. But they can pick the bathwater.
Let's just say, okay. Both of these are pretty diseased.
Controversial.
The Pokemon thing, dude. Okay, you can only have 6 Pokemon at a time. All right, get over it, Chips. I saw your little video, Drama King.
What is this lame freak? Oh man!
I've been saving up for years to put these Pokemon in this game because I knew it was coming to home console, and I've been saving up for years. Get over it, dude. You know there's gonna be the main Pokemon. All right, you know there's gonna. what do we care if there's like some random Pokemon that aren't in it? You're gonna have your core team. I guarantee it. Because you probably use the most popular Pokemon in the game. And they're definitely going to be in there.
Yo.
So please,
Chips,
don't cry me a river.
I wouldn't take that if I was you, Chips. Yo, Chips, you better represent for Chill Squad, dog. I wouldn't take that if I was you, dog.
Yo,
Chips,
Jake
don't take that, bro.
Jake went for his neck. Yo, Jake
he went for that uppercut.
And you can type. You can type frantically. I disagree with you. I want my Pokemon. But I'm in the voice chat, homie. So it doesn't matter. There ain't no retort. There ain't no comeback.
All of a sudden, Chips just pops in the voice chat, be like, "What you say?"
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what I was gonna bring.
Dang, look at these people. All use the same boring grab bag Pokemon. Man,
This is what I was gonna say.
Like, let me get Gyarados. I need Gyarados. I need Alakazam. I need
I need my Magikarp.
Snivy.
Yo, hold tight. Yo, Jake, I want to put something out. I love how I said the same exact thing to Chips on the Chill Cast, and he was all fired up then. Now while he's in the chat, he's like, "All right, Jake, you got that." Word, Chips.
Oh, this is what I was gonna say. You know what, Jake? You took the words out because I was gonna say, "Yo, all right, let's be real. None of y'all, all y'all was complaining that you didn't need Let's Go." Pokemon purists out there where you're like, we don't need Let's Go. We don't need Let's Go because I don't need the Kanto region. I just need new Pokemon in the newer generation, and that is what I need. We need to stop over glorifying the Kanto region and the generation. That was literally quotes from everybody.
It's not like they're gonna take super popular Pokemon and not put them in the Galar region. It's not like they're gonna be like, oh, Salamence, pretty popular.
Can I just say,
everyone seems to like him. Nope, he's not in. Nope, can't do it. Cause F him. That's why.
No,
like,
here's my deal. Was I upset at this news? No, I was not. Was I disappointed? A little bit. Okay, cool. I won't get that. I won't be able to find a Charmander or whatever. But at the same time, I was interested in learning about these new Pokemon. So that's literally what I'm saying. My question to you guys, this is where I want to turn it to, is is the Pokemon community being a little too harsh with this one, or is it justified?
It's the internet, Nick.
but
They're
see,
gonna be harsh on anything that is not to their exact tastes, per se.
If you posted a video, if you were super famous and you posted a video, and it was like the perfect omelet, and it was beautiful, the most beautiful omelet on the face of the earth, you would get death threats for the fact that you didn't use egg whites.
Why did you
I
gotta
don't
keep
get
Taken with the food reference.
Not gonna,
Like, you son of a gun. Those were baby chickens, I'll kill you!
I can't right now, Jake. Chris.
Okay, I'm trying to go, but so people are getting mad that they're not being able to have all the Pokemon, but still, even though not having all of them, how many are they still going to give you? A couple hundred, but this many, so you're still going to have a lot to choose from, and maybe it gives you to go try out some other ones that maybe you didn't try out and try some of the more newer Pokemon because they're, they don't want you always, oh, I got to go back and have the one from the first or second gen. I always got to have my buddy with me.
Yeah, I thought the whole point of them making these new games was for you to explore that world specific of Pokemon. It's Pokemon Sword and Shield, and you're in the Galar region. You're not in the Kanto region. I'm a big fan of the old generations more than anybody. Like, I don't even know anything past Gen 2, if I had to be honest with you. Like, ask me about any Pokemon beyond Johto. Don't know. Like, I know Chandelure. That's about it. Only because he's a Chandelure.
I don't even know what you're saying. Because I played the first couple Pokemon games, and this is like the only Pokemon game since then that I'm actually gonna buy. It's the second reason that I got my Nintendo Switch outside of Smash Brothers. But yet I'm not mad if they're not putting all the Pokemon there, because it gives me time to go see all these newer Pokemon that I've never played with, and also the new region, and try that out. And it's like, oh, you're gonna sit there and complain, you're gonna sit there and throw out these allegations at a guy just because he didn't do something you didn't want. So now you're gonna put him in the same pot that you're putting all these other people, and it's like, come on.
For the sake of the podcast, I'll touch quick on the allegations. I feel like those allegations need to be investigated because we cannot take an allegation like that lightly. So yes, investigate the allegation there. I just find that it was very convenient that the timing of the allegation. That's all I'll say about that.
And you know, oh sorry.
No, I'm gonna say I agree with Nick. Like it's messed up and everything. Everyone knows how I feel about this. With that type of allegation, just to be fair and show no partiality, I feel as though it should be rightfully and thoroughly investigated. So, you know, and more so, it should be thoroughly investigated so Masuda can come out on top and like, hey, he is innocent. So it could really reflect something that's much bigger than this that we've been talking about for quite a few weeks now, and that not just the Pokemon, but a lot of gaming communities are very toxic and entitled.
Yeah,
that is true, because you got to think about it. Because soon as I don't get why. I mean, I like the discussions in these podcasts, whether it's a Chillcast, anything podcast, or us making our videos, or going on Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform we do. But whenever certain people don't get something that they want, they go to sit there and go to so harsh accusations, and it's like, whoa, why you don't go that far, because you're going to mess with this dude's livelihood. You know, putting that out there.
Not only that, don't go that far, because if it does end up being fake, how does that make the gaming community look in general? The minority ends up becoming the vocal majority, because that's the story that's going to get run through. We as gamers want our medium, and we want to be taken seriously as a community, but we do things like that. We don't get what we want. That's not good. I'll just put that out there.
Yeah,
I don't know. And you know, if they track these people down, they're going to be like 10. And God help them if they're not white. They're going to be.
They used the E word. And
Regardless,
they talked about the whites.
Regardless, Pokemon Sword and Shields come out in November. Y'all still gonna play the game, national decks or not. So why are we complaining? And why are we so entitled, gamers? Come on, just let the developers make the game they want to make. Y'all can say it's excuses. Yeah. Lazy freak, lame freak, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, because I would sit there, and if, as an outside point of view, also, if you think about Game Freak, if they're going to sit there and try to put all these Pokemon in there, but yet they want a game released this year, how long do you think if they were to try to put every Pokemon in there, perfect way that everybody would do it, that would make everybody happy? How long would you think it would take to make the game? It probably might even be 2 more years before we get the game. They try to do that. So I'm okay. It's like Chip said, right? Chip said right there. It said a little over 400. That's still a lot more.
You know, like, here's my deal. That's why it should have been delayed. I feel like there was a time crunch on the developers. I feel like this is what they felt they needed to do to get out. I feel like there was a lot of pressure for them to put out a game on the Switch, and experiment with the wild area and whatnot. So I mean, is it a good thing that they're doing this? I don't know. All I know is that we're all gonna buy the game. Every Pokemon fan's still gonna buy the game, and you're still gonna play it. Like, it is what it is. One of the major rumors is actually that Game Freak doesn't want to make Pokemon anymore and isn't putting their real effort into it. I believe that. Actually, I do. I feel like they want to make another.
People have been like talking about games, and they're like national, and also comparing the way the game looks compared to previous games, even the GameCube Pokemon games. How, like, could you improve on that? And I'm like, oh.
Here's my deal. Game Freak, I need to see Town. I've been waiting on Town. We didn't see it at E3. I was hoping we would have seen it at E3. I need to see Town. Like, I cannot wait to see Town. That's one of those games that got swept under the rug because of the Breath of the Wild announcement. I was straight up looking forward to town, and they said Breath of the Wild 2. I said, oh, well, what's town? I don't need that. But I'm looking forward to town from Game Freak. But I think Bad Latency's right. Maybe they're tired of making Pokemon games, and they're just like, yo, here you go.
Chip said it's half the original team working on this, and they had to stick to the yearly release schedule. It was bad from the bad deal from the jump.
That was actually confirmed in an interview with one of the devs. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Just play the game. Be happy with it. It's a Pokemon game. You're getting new Pokemon. # Team Groovy.
So ultimately, what Chips is getting at, and this is true, then I can see his point. Basically, the reason for this and the fault of this is the Let's Go series. Basically, the fault of this Pokemon game not being as full is because of Let's Go.
And that gets me into another discussion. Is that I want to push it to everybody else. Is it, how do you feel about these developers taking these series that make money and then they're like, oh, we need to make it yearly. We need to make it yearly. And it's like, so you're having to crunch every year to put one out. I understand sports games being yearly because his roster changed, but other types of games.
Time out.
Well,
I'm showing real ignorance right here. Like, since when was Pokemon a yearly release? Someone tell me.
A yearly release?
Yeah, like if Chip said they had to stick to a yearly release schedule, like has Pokemon been a yearly game?
No, since Let's Go.
Okay,
since the Let's Go series.
Okay, is that their plan?
That's why I said Let's Go came out last year, then the new game this year, then the new Let's Go next year. Then that's I think that's what Chips is getting.
Okay, so they're doing that.
Yes,
you know what?
That's why I say I blame Let's Go.
Yeah, you know what?
See,
I'm not for that. I'm not for that. Forgive me, like I said, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. So I thought Let's Go was just going to be this cute little one-time thing. I didn't know that they were they're doing 2 different releases back and forth, like, and having 2 separate teams work on them on top of having another team work on new IPs. Like, I didn't know that was going on. I thought it was just Let's Go was like, here's a fun little project we've been working on.
You blame Let's Go. I blame the fans, because the only reason Game Freak said they had to try and appease the rabid fans that wanted a traditional Pokemon game on the Switch. They literally said, don't worry, guys. We're going to get the real Pokemon game next year.
But that's the problem, though. The demographic, they never asked for Let's Go plays. They did that to try to bring over cell phone users, and how did that plan work out?
Not very.
Pretty well. The game sold pretty well.
The game sold pretty well, 10 million, and that's off the hype of that. But how many people? Let's look at these next sales, right? This next Pokemon game, you're hurting your core fan base by doing this. Your core fan base are people who really just been looking forward to this game.
I disagree. I think it makes them more hungry for the traditional experience. So I think more people are going to buy Sword and Shield because of Let's Go.
Pokemon.
I mean, wait, Chip said Pokemon Go dramatically boosted their net value. Yeah, it did. It really did. Like, didn't they put out Ultra Sun and Moon in the year 2017 and Let's Go? Yep. And now, yeah. You're right, Bad Latency. See, but here's the deal. I didn't realize that was their plan, though. I didn't realize they were going to go on a straight yearly release. That does bother me. I remember when they did that with Assassin's Creed, and that, which was one of my favorite franchises at the time, and that franchise got watered down real quick. I'm not for that.
Me as a gamer, I don't mind getting a lot of a certain franchise because this comes into the conversation, but if it means that, hey, I can get a better Assassin's Creed, I can get a better Pokemon game, I can get a better Call of Duty, or whatever it is, it's been yearly, and I can wait another year, there's going to be more than enough games for me to play. And the developer can say, you know what, instead of making a game every year, let's make a game every 2 years in this series. Give you time to play this game, because some people, they have to wait till a couple months, and then by that time, they're already promoting the next game in the series. I'm like, well, I just got this game because it went on discount, because I don't have the money to pay that. And it's just like, man.
I mean, that's the assumption that companies care more about quality than money, and it's obviously not. Look at Call of Duty.
That's
There's people that wait every year. They'll wait till like Black Friday. Oh, these games are gonna be on sale. Blah blah blah. This game. Finally, I'm getting into this game months after release because it's on sale. But then people look at the same time. People are like, well, the next one comes out just in a few months. And man, it's like, well, where do you pick and choose? And we could go on and on about this.
We could go on and on about this. Good. Here's what I'll say. I'm looking forward to Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it. But now that I'm now aware of the news that they plan on this whole yearly release thing, I'm not for that at all. That does bother me. I've seen how that model has worked with other games. I've seen how that model works with games that I currently play, 2K, Madden. I see how that model works with, and so it makes for a very watered down, oversaturated franchise and market. I feel like when you're doing EA, Pokemon Company, and Nintendo, I can't retort that at all, KAG, because like that's what it feels like at this point.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes it's like, oh, you get a fresh coat of paint on, and it's like it's like, okay, well, here's your next Madden game, here's your next sports game. We're gonna give you a fresh coat of paint, put a couple more characters in there, change the rosters up because these players moved, and then bam, here's your new game. But it's nothing different, really.
I will say this:
No,
I hope Town is a hit. That way, Game Freak could not focus on Pokemon.
I think that
Town.
would be good.
I know nothing about that game. Town, nothing.
Nobody does. We've only
Look up the
seen
trailer.
screenshots and a short trailer of what it looks like, but it looks fun, and I hope it's
So
great.
what's it supposed to be from what it?
It's like a cute little new RPG. It looks interesting. Is all I'm saying. And when I found out Game Freak was making it, I was excited, but then we didn't get an announcement for it at E3. We're still waiting.
It looked like Animal Crossing mixed with Wind Waker.
That's a good comparison. That's a great comparison.
It looks fun. Like the fun art style.
Yeah.
The combat looks like it's going to be turn-based, kind of similar to like Persona.
You say Game Freak's making it. So my thing is it team of Game Freaks there while they're still doing the Pokemon stuff making it, or is it like a little side B team that's making it, and then they're still focused. Oh, we're still putting all our big money, our big power into the Pokemon.
Well, they got to put their as a company. They got to put their money where the money maker is, and hopefully this Town game becomes something. But
I don't know, dude.
They're
not even putting all 800 Pokemon in the game.
I'll just ask you guys. This real quick. So, is this bad on the Pokemon Company, or is it bad on the fan base and the gamers who are upset? And then
it's a little bit on both. I would say it's definitely bad on the Pokemon Company because doing a yearly model like that is really bad. But I also say it's bad on the fan base because you're still supporting them financially when they're making moves like this. If you don't want them to do yearly releases, vote with your wallet and don't buy the next game. Or is that too hard to do?
Or just don't buy Let's Go.
Like
easy.
Like seriously, you need to vote with your wallet at this point because if you don't support these types of moves, then the sales need to drop significantly for them to get the point. That's the only way this is going to change. If not, it's going to end up like Nick just said, Assassin's Creed. People just, oh my God, another new Assassin's Creed. People keep buying it. And it took it to Origins for them to finally get it. Like, oh, wow.
Origins was terrible. Epic failure.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that because wasn't there a developer like last year, something like that said, if you don't want us to keep coming out with yearly releases, don't buy the game and we'll change our model.
Oh, it wasn't Origins out, it was Unity. It was Unity, not Origins. Origins was the one that came out.
Yeah, Origins was good. I was gonna say Origins was sort of more expensive than Odyssey.
Yeah, it was Unity was the one that everybody was like, "Yo, we don't need this."
What were you trying to say there?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with Jake in that it was sort of the comeback for a bit.
What?
Pokemon fans always throw fits. Pokemon fans always buy the games. That's a great quote, Bad Lazy, because it's true.
It's like putting a biscuit in front of a dog, tell him not to eat it.
Is the entire official tournament, so we basically
he might not for a few seconds, but he'll eat the biscuit.
I'm sorry though, but the whole some of the reason for the fan base one that could also just be they want to some of the old veterans would probably just want it for like nostalgia, so they could see the old Pokemon and like the latest character models.
That's why I bought Let's Go.
Exactly.
I bought Let's Go as a nostalgia
And it was
trip.
fun.
As a nostalgia trip, I
It was
love
fun.
the Kanto games.
I played it I beat it in a couple days. I think 4 or 5 days, and then I sold it, and because
I still have the game.
I didn't want to look at it. I was ashamed of myself.
New Pokemon games should be every 3 to 5 years.
That I can't
Do you
keep this in my
agree?
collection.
Okay, do y'all agree with that? KG said new Pokemon games should be every 3 to 5 years.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
because it gives the
3 to
developers
5.
much more time to work with.
I agree.
I think if they
5
did that,
years.
it would let Game Freak be able to.
I'd say 3 to 5 years. You'll get a much 3 to 5 years sounds more accurate. You won't get these mid games in between that look like they could do better graphically. Because if you look at the lifespan of the 3DS, you had Pokemon 3DS is Pokemon X and Y, and then you ended off with Ultra Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Moon looks ridiculously different than X and Y. Like ridiculously different. Even Omega Ruby and some I forgot the other Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
I forgot what it was. Alpha Sapphire looks better than X and Y. All those games look better. All those the games look better and better as time goes on. So instead of doing those incremental increases in such a short time period, why don't they actually go ahead and say, you know what? We're going to go a step further and make sure that you guys get the best quality possible. To me, that makes more sense.
I mean,
That'd make them be able to put a better product out there. Plus, like we were Nick had mentioned, they're doing this other game, Town. It let them be able to divide their time up and be like, okay, this game's going to come out this time, so we can focus more on this towards on increments. We know certain different parts we need to do this. We can also focus on the other games and get other IPs and other things that us as a company would want to put out there. Because I, as a fan, don't want to sit there and see my favorite Game Freak if they were my favorite. They're not. But if they were, I don't want to sit there and say, oh, well, all they're going to be is the Pokemon Cup. All they're going to be is pushing out Pokemon, pushing it. And then they put this side game out, but it gets so overshadowed because they didn't get to put a lot of time in. They were so focused because Nintendo and the fans wanted the Pokemon.
I'll say this.
And I would like to see them be able to do more stuff.
I'll say this. We've seen how this model works in the West. That's one thing I've always bragged about the Eastern developers and the Japanese developers is that they always take time on their games. They always did. I always bragged about that. They take their times on their games like they actually enjoy and care for their games. And then I was like, here in the West, we're putting out games every year. And that's the problem. And see this from the Pokemon company, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I'm 100% okay with Game Freak and the Pokemon company just saying, look, we're getting a Pokemon game every 3 years. At least it gives them 3 years to make a game. My question is, here's my thing. Once again, ignorant of the relationship between the Pokemon company and Nintendo, who makes these decisions? Is it the Pokemon company or is it Nintendo that makes these decisions of we need to have a game come out yearly? Who's?
It's mainly the game company itself. Nintendo, if anything, if they were to go with the whole thing they got going with Animal Crossing, they would have pushed back Pokemon a few more years to incorporate the fans' whole wanting national decks into it instead of just saying there's not going to be a national deck in here.
Bet. KG says Pokemon Company, Nintendo would want quality. Okay. All right, so Pokemon Company's making the push. Nintendo just publishes it or puts it on their system.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Pokemon Company's literally just Nintendo owns Pokemon. See, now I'm getting two different answers. But regardless, I think we've hammered it to the ground. Sword and Shield's coming out in November. We're probably still going to play it and see what it's like. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not bad. Hopefully Pokemon doesn't get oversaturated. Here's the deal. I was excited to get back into Pokemon. I haven't played a Pokemon game since Johto. And I've casually, sort of from afar, watched Pokemon games. Like, that looks cool, but I'm still not going to play it. This is the first game I'm actually coming back to dive into. I don't like the idea of them saturating the market the moment I come back to it. I just
This
don't
is the
like
Pokemon. This is the Pokemon game that's going to get me. That's going to sell me on. Should I reinvest into this series? Because I was like, when I was little, I played Pokemon, collected the cards, had the red, blue, and yellow, and I had, and then I got into Yu-Gi-Oh, and it went way south, went way the other way. But I always like saw all these people playing Pokemon, but I was never like, okay, it's just something, it's just something. But then I see the Switch, and I get all this hype for this Pokemon game. And they're like, and they say, let's go. I'm like, I'm not a fan of Let's Go. And then I see, and then they're like, well, you get the traditional Pokemon game. The bigger one for the Switch comes out next year. And then it's like, okay, I'll save my money up and get a Switch. And I got Smash Bros. This is one of the games to get. And the other one was this Pokemon game. So I'm really hoping the game is good. And it's not just crunch time. And then you get in there and you got, the new Pokemon are good. And all these new features are good. But not all the other ones they have in.
Quantum just made a great point. I would hope Pokken Tournament 2 would be shown off. I forgot about Pokken, dog.
I feel like people are a lot more critical of this game because it is on the Switch and it is the jump to the next phase in the Pokemon life cycle. The next big thing is going to be on home consoles.
Yeah, because it's not on 3DS or any of that kind of handheld stuff. You can make this console handheld, but it's different, like you're saying, yeah.
Because I don't remember people being overly critical of like Ultra Sun and Moon.
Nicholas,
and those are just
homie?
remakes. They're just remakes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the game comes out in 4 months?
Yeah, we're close.
The last question I want to ask to everyone, maybe people in the chat as well, who's all going to buy it day one? I know I am.
Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Everybody.
Yeah. It's a day one.
Everybody, dude.
If things go according to plan, it's a day one. It's a 100% day one for me. Just one, it's the time of the year. It's around Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have plenty of time to play that game during Thanksgiving break and Christmas break. So yeah, that's gonna be a game that I will be playing a lot.
I'll be playing it more than I play that Star Wars game that comes out the same day as it.
Oh yeah.
You just look at Nick's thing. All it just says is just Pokemon Sword and Shield all the time.
Bro, telling you what,
a lot of people want to go for that sword. I'm gonna get Shield.
I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Cash cows. Yo, everybody gonna be streaming that game for months. Yours truly included. So get ready for it. Do you think that the mainline Pokemon series could use an optional real-time combat system in the next installment? Just wondering. I would like to see some sort of changes to the Pokemon battle system because I do find it really dry. But, Pokemon fans don't want that. So it's probably not going to happen. But I would be open to something different about the battle system. I would be open for them. Me and Avidan talked about this, and Avidan said this in many podcasts. I'd be open to them making it like Xenoblade Chronicles. Honestly, with the whole open world and how enemies roam in Xenoblade Chronicles. After playing Xenoblade Chronicles for the first time, I am 100% open to that idea. I would love for some changes to happen to Pokemon, but we'll never get it.
Wait, I just heard my name, Xenoblade Chronicles, open world. So I'm assuming we're talking about Pokemon.
Said we discussed it. Okay, so Quantum L asked, do you think the mainline Pokemon series could use an optional real-time combat system in the next installment? Just wondering, and I said, I think it could use some sort of new, fresh combat system, period, but Pokemon fans don't want it. And I talked about me and you discussed after me playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 how we would love for them to implement how Titans work in the open world of Titans and how the freaking wild roam around and how that could be implemented in the Pokemon.
Yeah. I definitely we discussed this multiple times. The reason why a lot of people will use the Breath of the Wild example, how they want Pokemon to be, and I've always disagreed with that. Even when I first heard it, it sounded cool, but then when I did some thinking, I actually made a video about this. I said I would rather it to be more like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it has a turn-ish base, real-time fighting. Like you play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Nick, so you could tell it's still turn-based fighting, right? Because like you have an auto attack where you're attacking, but to do your actual arts, you have to wait after a few hits to do your arts. And the same should be with Pokemon. Like you like tackle could be an auto attack and doing like fire blast or a whole bunch of different attacks or something close to that.
I would love for it to be something combo based where you actually control the Pokemon and you can move around and you have to like time out your attacks and then you build up those attacks like in Xenoblade to use your specials and whatnot.
But you see, the problem is there are so many purist Pokemon fans who don't want that. They want it to remain turn-based. And just like a whole bunch of Final Fantasy VII purists wanted that game originally just to stay a turn-based game. And that's the thing. There's people. The thing is, it's like this is where I say I do blame the fans too, because a company, if they really want to go all in and change a whole bunch and see what can they really do without hardware limitations, they can't, because there are people who are afraid of change, who don't like change, and they want things to remain the way they've been doing it for the past 20 plus years. And I can understand that. But the thing is, honestly, I would rather, like I said, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a huge open world. You see the same types of monsters traveling in packs with each other. That's something you could see in Pokemon, just more friendly. You just won't have a giant ape trying to punch and kill you all the time.
I'm just thinking about Nicktendo like Night Wow.
And Nick, you know
that
how
bird,
I feel,
bro. That bird, man. I was playing Xenoblade last night, man. That bird, I kept trying to fight these things, and that bird came out of nowhere. Like, yo, chill out. I'm fighting these things. Like, where are you coming from? Stupid Brent, sniping Brent, whatever the heck it's called. Get out of here.
Yeah, bad latency. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with turn-based RPGs, but what I am saying is Pokemon, the type of anime it is, the way they fight in the anime, and the type of animation they could possibly do with this game, they could go away with they could dip away from the turn-based fighting. If you did something like Pokken, you could do like a turn-based RPG that shows something of not of the same effect, but more of a more wild effect, like Xenoverse, something more like Xenoverse, kind of. Not just flying in the air.
I agree with you, Quantum Melt.
All that jazz.
I agree with Quantum Melt. Like, I feel like they could take a chance and they'd be fine. But once again, Pokemon purists out there don't want it, and like they will complain about it tooth and nail. Like,
the problem with changing the combat. Let me tell you something. The problem with changing the combat is that the whole part of Pokemon, the combat, is the strategy. And if you're just auto attacking,
I didn't say auto attacking. I said make it some sort of challenge.
Where you have if it's like Xenoblade,
we're not saying make it
auto attacking.
Xenoblade. We're saying like I'm saying
I know
a way to make it strategize where you can make it real time or make it like you can move the Pokemon around
like Final Fantasy 9.
Please know that was just a rough example, but make it so you can still strategize. I
use
that as a rough example. Yeah, that's a rough example. Let me make that clear.
Because if it was like a direct example, the amount of moves that you can put on a Pokemon, you can make it to where a Pokemon has 4 moves, one has 5 PP, the other 3 have 10. So if you're auto attacking one of those moves, then you're gonna run out of moves like immediately, unless everyone has like just a random tackle. But I think that like the Final Fantasy combat would, like Final Fantasy 9, where you kind of have to charge up your bar, and then you have to make quick time decisions. I think that would work, but
who knows? But regardless, Pokemon's coming out in November. We're gonna have fun with it. Topic is pretty much at this point. Quam says, "What if the battle system was optional?" I think that would be more open, and I'd probably go with the real-time battle system or a new battle system just to figure it out. But I don't know. If they keep putting out a game every year, they're not going to be able to change the battle system. I'll just put that out there. You keep putting out a game every year, you ain't gonna have time to change much. But regardless, Pokemon's coming out. No decks, no national decks for y'all. So upset or not, play the game, decide what you like, read reviews, then make your decision. Vote with your wallet, like we always say. So that'll do it.
That's the biggest thing in gaming nowadays is voting.
Right.
Podcast.
That'll do it for the podcast. We made it an hour and a half, so I'm gonna get out of here. But let everybody do their outros. Let me start with the homie Chris Levi. Let everybody know what you're doing, bro.
Okay, everybody. You all should know who I am. I'm a Patreon podcast. I'm Chris Lee about 13. If you like live streams and you like music and gaming content, come over check out my channel. I'm starting to incorporate my music slowly into the channel. You know, showing off the gear that I've got. Even posted some stuff over on Twitter, and all of that. And because that's how I started my YouTube channel. But now I'm also still trying to do the regular gaming stuff and starting to do live streams. And I'm not doing putting all my eggs in one basket, people, when it comes to live streams anymore on YouTube. I'm also doing more Mixer. So if you want to say, hey, go check me out even more live streaming, check out my Mixer and all that. And I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything going good. So I appreciate Nick allowing me to be here and give my thoughts and opinions on these topics each week. And I appreciate everybody else that's part of the Patreon. It helps us out as content creators, and I like that all you in the chat are here. So that's just my little thing. If you want to check me out, go check me out at the link, Chris Lee about 13.
All right. Zach, man, thanks for coming by, bro. Coming through always. Zach is a great supporter of the Chillcast and everything like that. Appreciate you, bro. How you doing, man? So let everybody know. I know you've been doing some drawings, tracing. You still doing that?
I've been trying to find some more free time to get to them, but yeah, I'm still doing them for the most part.
Right. What's your Twitter handle so everybody can follow you on Twitter?
I am Zap 1999.
I am Zap. There you go. Follow him there on Twitter. He's a good dude. Great dude. Comes through, hangs out, always fun to talk to. Jakin.
Yes, sir.
Let everybody know what you're doing.
I am the Jakin. I am here on YouTube, streaming, putting out random videos, whatever floats my boat.
The Don
You're the Don.
The Don.
I'm the Don, bro. I have a character that's taking on a life of its own. I'm gonna have to kill him.
I'm still waiting on the Avidan Smith Don review, the Studio Nicktendo Don review, the Chips and Sticks Don review.
Dude.
I'm waiting for all of it.
Yo, just give me the green light.
I mean,
I'm not putting out anything without the green light, bro.
Man, you had to
yeah, I'm streaming here.
I'll give you green
streaming
light.
Here on,
I'll give you green light. You got green light for me.
Streaming here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter at BaconJakin. If Nick's gonna post my YouTube link.
Got you.
I'm also on the Game Looters podcast every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern time. Nick is on there occasionally when he can slip away from work. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great stuff going on over there. Make sure to check them out. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Bet. Avidan.
Well, it's the end of a Chillcast, so you guys know what I'm doing right now.
Eating.
Yeah, exactly. But for real. Your boy Avidan Smith. Thank you again for having me on, Nick. Your boy just came out with a new video this past Tuesday, and I sampled the Persona 5 Beneath the Mask theme, so lo-fi remix. I'm actually finishing up a new beat which will come out tomorrow afternoon around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is the Ghost House theme from Super Mario World. So make sure you guys check that out. And I actually may have the level by tonight as well.
Bet.
So make sure, Nick, you have it locked on Jakin's screen right now.
I was trying to post. Get a link real.
Yeah, but yeah. But okay, Nick. I was going to say he was going to raid Rax after this, so you beat me to it. Cool.
Yeah, we were raiding Rax after this.
I had his stuff pulled up right before you said that. Cool. All right, cool.
Bet.
But yeah, I came out also with a vlog from Too Many Games on my main channel as well. So if you guys are into going to retro gaming scenes and just looking at vlogs in general, check out the main channel's vlog as well. So with that, that's all I got to say. Thanks for having me on, Nick.
Sir, yes, sir. I'll get ready to post that Rax the Great link.
I got you.
Anyway, there's Jake's channel. I posted that one, and it took me a while to get to it, Jake. Sorry.
Anyway, what we saying when we get over there?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know what we're saying. Should we say
Nickelback raid?
Yes. Nickelback raid. There we go. So when we go over to Rax, we're gonna put hashtag Nickelback raid. I love it. So you know who this is? This is Nicktendo Direct's aka Studio Nicktendo. Y'all know what I do here, the podcast here, live streams here. On my other channel, Studio Nicktendo, I do metalcore covers of video game themes. Appreciate all y'all who came through. This one was a lot of fun. Sorry we didn't do it last week. I had some stuff come up, but tune in next week. Patreon podcast. If anybody's any supporter of anybody in the Chill Cast, that's Rax, Your Player 2, Avidan, Chips, Rob, me, heck, even Sincere, anybody like that comes through, you are welcome on this podcast. You have a voice here. So with that being said, we will see you guys next time. Be out.
Peace.